Before June 2024, Debbie Duncan was just an ordinary mum from Lancashire. She was quietly raising her children, working her shifts, and enjoying the calm familiarity of British life. She had no clue what trending meant in the digital world, didn't follow influencers, and by her own admission, had never even heard of GoFundMe. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. But all that changed in an instant when her 19-year-old son, Slater, vanished without a trace while on a lad's holiday in Tenerife. Jay's disappearance shocked the UK. The carefree teenager, popular, funny, and full of promise, had flown out for a music festival with mates. But after a night out, he reportedly left a party at a remote Airbnb with two men he'd just met and never came back. His last known contact was a frantic phone call to a friend, saying he was lost, dehydrated, and had no battery. For days, Spanish authorities scoured the rugged Masca Valley with dogs, drones, and helicopters. The world watched. Hashtags trended. Celebrities posted tributes. But despite the media storm, Jay never came home. As the mother of a missing child, Debbie was flung into a world she never wanted to enter. But she didn't have time to grieve. Instead, she had to fight for answers, for help, and unexpectedly, for her own reputation. The rise of the fund. When Jay disappeared, a close family friend launched a GoFundMe campaign to help the Slater family stay in Tenerife and assist with the search. The response was overwhelming. Within weeks, the campaign raised over £72,000, with thousands of concerned strangers donating what they could, from small gestures of £5 to large, anonymous donations of hundreds. Initially, Debbie thought the kindness of strangers was a lifeline. "I was so shocked," she later said. "I didn't even know what GoFundMe was. Someone had to explain it to me, show me how it worked. I just kept thinking, people are amazing." But as the media attention grew, so did the scrutiny. Trolls, accusations, and online hate. At first, the messages were filled with love. But that soon changed. Debbie's every move became public property. If she was seen leaving a restaurant, people asked, "Is that GoFundMe money paying for her dinner?" If she was spotted in new clothes, someone snapped a photo and accused her of shopping on the back of her son's tragedy. The turning point came when Debbie admitted in an interview that she had used a portion of the fund to cover living expenses and fly family members to Tenerife during the search. What she thought was transparency quickly became fuel for a mob. "Suddenly I was being called a scammer," Debbie said. "A thief. They said I was on holiday, enjoying myself, spending the money. I was devastated. I hadn't even bought myself a coffee without guilt." A mum under siege. From the moment she set up base in Tenerife, Debbie's phone didn't stop buzzing, not with condolences, but abuse. Every morning brought a fresh torrent of DMs and emails calling her disgusting names, demanding breakdowns of spending, even threatening violence. "It's like they think I wanted this money," she said, tearfully. "I'd give every penny back 1,000 times over to have my son home." Debbie began to avoid social media entirely. Friends had to screen messages. She stopped answering unknown numbers. At one point, she admitted she was scared to leave the hotel room for fear someone might confront her in the street. It wasn't just faceless trolls. People who had donated began to demand updates and receipts, treating the family like a business. "I'm not an accountant," Debbie explained. "I'm a mom who lost her boy." Closing the fund. By late July, nearly a month after Jay's disappearance, Debbie made the heartbreaking decision to close the GoFundMe. In a statement posted to the page, she thanked every single person who donated and shared their support. She explained exactly where the money had gone, covering hotel stays, flights, food, printed posters, hiring search teams, transportation, and translation services. A portion, she said, had been set aside for legal advice and potential costs if Jay's remains were ever found. But she didn't stop there. Debbie voluntarily invited an independent financial advisor to help oversee the remaining funds and provide a public breakdown, a move rarely seen from grieving families. "I didn't want people to think we were hiding anything," she said. "I wanted to do it right." But even that wasn't enough for some. A broken heart in the public eye. Behind the spreadsheets and fundraising pages is a woman grieving her son in the most public, painful way imaginable. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Friends of the family say Debbie is barely sleeping. Some nights, she still waits by the phone, half expecting Jay to call. Others, she stares at his old social media accounts, watching stories he posted days before he vanished. She's holding it together in public, one close friend said, but she's shattered. The abuse has only added salt to her wounds. While trying to organize search teams, meet with police, and identify possible leads, she has also had to navigate hate campaigns, fake accounts, and vile letters sent to her home. One note, which she read aloud with trembling hands, simply said, "You're cashing in on your dead son." Debbie cried as she ripped it up. "I wish they knew," she whispered. A call for kindness. Debbie Duncan is now calling for a national conversation about how we treat grieving families in the digital age. She believes GoFundMe and similar platforms need stronger protections not just for donors, but for recipients. She's been in touch with bereavement charities about launching a campaign to educate people on how to support families without crossing boundaries. "People forget we're human," she said. "I didn't ask for any of this. I didn't even ask for the fundraiser. But now I'm being punished for it." She also believes media outlets should take more care when reporting on fundraising efforts. Sensationalist headlines like "Mum spends £72,000 while son's still missing" have only stirred the pot and encouraged trolls. "I just want to grieve my son in peace," she pleaded. Is that too much to ask? The future without Jay. As the official search winds down, Debbie is left with an unfillable void. Spanish authorities have not ruled out foul play, but leads have gone cold. Jay's phone last pinged in an area so remote that rescue dogs could barely access it. No clothing, no remains, just a mystery and a broken family. Debbie plans to use a small portion of the remaining GoFundMe fund to establish a charitable trust in Jay's name, focused on helping families of missing persons abroad. "It's what Jay would have wanted," she said, "to turn pain into something good. But for now, she's just trying to breathe. The abuse may never stop. The questions may never end. But Debbie holds on to one thing, the memory of her smiling son, in a snapback and shorts, walking out the door one last time. "I miss his voice," she says. That laugh. The way he'd say, "Love ya, Mum," before hanging up. "As for the money? I never wanted it," she says. "I just wanted my boy. And no amount of money, £72,000 or £72 million, can replace that." Subscribe the channel to get such videos.